Alright, so let's try to summarize what we've learned in this rather unusual section of the course. So we've seen a few key examples, key sort of ideas from the F# programming language, and I'm going to list those so that we can sort of reminisce about what we've seen. So first of all, we looked at DSL construction, the idea that domain-specific languages in the F# language can be made out of lists. So list construction is somewhat neater than in C#, and as a consequence, you can use it to represent any kind of structured data, such as HTML, for example, or XML, or using this kind of approach to actually build source code if you're into code generation and that sort of thing. We also looked at the very simple idea of using functions to take other functions as parameters. Now, of course, this is something that's also available in C#, but in C# it doesn't look as pretty. In F# you don't have to have type annotations for those functions, and as a result, everything is a bit smoother, though I wouldn't say it's in any way fundamentally different from what you can do in C#. We also looked at a somewhat quirky approach to creating in-place instances of types with abstract members. So you've got a type with an abstract member, which presumably in the C# world makes the type abstract. But in F# what you can do is you can make an instance of such a type with the abstract members implemented one way or another. This is something that's not available in C#, and of course it does have its own cost, but it does give you additional flexibility, and we've seen how to leverage that. And then we looked at discriminated unions. Now the funny thing is discriminated unions aren't really a functional programming feature as such, because functional programming is all about first-class functions and functional composition and that sort of thing. Discriminated unions are something that goes hand in hand quite often with functional programming, and so we looked at a few approaches of using F#'s discriminated unions for implementing, say, the interpreter design pattern. And we've looked at things like precompiling the union case constructors. We looked at how you would actually take a chunk of text and parse it into nested union cases. And of course, we looked at traversal. So this whole business of pattern matching is very neat and somewhat more powerful and somewhat more flexible than what we have in C# at the moment. And we've seen how you can do that to implement the visitor pattern to actually traverse a particular data structure. So my question to you is this: what did you think about this section? Because this section is quite unusual. It's not C# related. It covers F#. Did you enjoy this section? Did you think it was stupid for me to add it? Please add feedback and I would be happy to respond. So thanks for checking out this rather unusual section of the course.